A TikTok user has recently made serious allegations against Gene Dill, claiming he's not just a witness to alleged misconduct in the hip-hop world, but might be complicit in some of the events himself. The user compared Gene to others with questionable reputations and suggested he could even be worse. This accusation has sent shockwaves across social media, with heated debates about whether there's any truth to the claims. The TikTok user recounted an incident from years ago at Justin's restaurant, a well-known spot connected to Diddy's empire. She described a disturbing scene where a woman was found unconscious on a couch, surrounded by security. According to her, shortly after the commotion, everyone vanished: the woman, the staff, and the security team. She claims her purse also went missing that night and insists that Gene Dill was present during the incident. The woman didn't hold back, stating she was 99.99% sure about his involvement, emphasizing her certainty as if presenting concrete evidence. Adding to her allegations, the TikTok user shared that her missing purse led to unexpected consequences. She said she had to rely on the restaurant manager, a man significantly older than her, to get home that night, which allegedly resulted in a relationship she never wanted. While her story is dramatic and layered with unsettling details, skeptics have questioned its coherence, suggesting inconsistencies in her timeline and account.
She said she was in Justin. And in Justin's, it was this girl, you come in and they got couches right there. It was this girl laid out on the couch. And all the security was around her. And I think Gene Dill was there. I'm 99.9.9% that Gene Dill was there. Okay. When she came back, all the security was gone. All the bad boy people was gone and the girl was gone too. Then she went on to say that her pocketbook came up missing. And now she tells us that I was working for Justin's at that time. Her pocketbook was in the locker, but it mysteriously came up missing, where she had to go home with the manager that night.
Gene Dill, known for being outspoken about his time as Diddy's bodyguard and the alleged secrets he's witnessed, did not stay silent. He responded fiercely, outright denying the claims and accusing the TikTok user of fabricating her story for attention. Gene dismissed her accusations as lies, going as far as to say, "Mama, I'm not responsible for you getting worms or for anything else you're claiming." His sharp rebuttal showcased his frustration and disbelief, but some critics argued that his defensive tone raised eyebrows. In his defense, Gene highlighted what he considered flaws in the woman's story. He pointed out that Justin's had its own separate security team, unrelated to Bad Boy Records, and added that armed guards were never allowed inside the venue. According to Gene, the TikTok user didn't understand the operational structure of the restaurant, making her allegations implausible. He also insisted that he had only been to Justin's a few times and could account for each visit, none of which aligned with her timeline. Despite his detailed rebuttal, the accusations have cast a shadow over Gene's reputation. For years, he's positioned himself as someone who witnessed Diddy's alleged misdeeds without participating in them. His fans and detractors have long debated how he managed to stay so close to the chaos without ever being implicated. Now, with these new allegations surfacing, many are questioning if Gene's clean image is too good to be true. The TikTok user, for her part, has doubled down on her claims, standing by her story despite the backlash. She insists she remembers Gene's presence clearly and maintains that her account reflects a broader pattern of behavior in these spaces. Whether her allegations are true or not, they have reignited conversations about accountability within the hip-hop industry and the treatment of women in those circles. Gene's critics have also taken this opportunity to question his motivations. While he's gained a following for exposing alleged wrongdoing within Diddy's circle, some believe his stories often paint him as a bystander who conveniently avoids blame. These accusations, whether credible or not, put Gene in the uncomfortable position of defending his past actions or lack thereof. The controversy also raises broader questions about the nature of accusations in the age of social media. Gene has argued that false narratives like the one he believes this TikTok user is spreading undermine real victims and their stories. He's accused her of seeking clout and warned that her lies hurt those who have genuinely suffered. At the same time, the TikTok user's story, though contested, adds another layer to the ongoing scrutiny of Diddy's camp and its former members. This situation has left fans divided. Some are skeptical of Gene's consistent claims of innocence, pointing out that it seems unlikely for someone so deeply embedded in the industry to remain untouched by its darker side. Others argue that the TikTok user's story, while compelling, lacks concrete evidence and might be an attempt to capitalize on the recent wave of allegations against Diddy and his associates. As the debate rages on, one thing is clear: Gene Dill's position as a whistleblower is now under intense scrutiny. His response to these accusations could shape public perception of him moving forward. If he stops speaking out, it might be seen as an admission of guilt, but if he continues, he risks inviting more allegations. Ultimately, this situation raises a critical question. How do we separate genuine victims from those chasing clout in an era where social media amplifies every voice? Gene's critics have dubbed him Gene I Saw Nothing But Know Everything Dill, mocking his claims of being a bystander to chaos. Meanwhile, his supporters argue that these allegations are nothing more than an attempt to discredit someone who's been vocal about the industry's dark secrets. So, what do you think? Is it possible for Gene, as Diddy's former bodyguard, to have been a mere witness to the chaos around him? Or do these allegations hint at deeper involvement? And what about the TikTok user? Are her claims credible, or is she seeking attention? Share your thoughts and join the conversation.